Hey everybody, Hunter, Fisher, Trapper, Trader, Guide, Scout, and Interpreter, and just a country cook, Steve Hall, here in Nashville, Tennessee, along with pretty Miss Sheila running that camera. Hi, Sheila.
Hi.
Today we're going to do crappies. And you talk about timing is everything. First of all, Sheila and I have been really getting the crappies out here on Percy Priest Lake. In fact, there's a picture right there with some beautiful crappies on there. But I got an email from a guy, and people can send us some requests and stuff, and he sent me a request right about the time I was getting ready to do this crappie recipe. Like I said, timing is everything. Steve, just wanted to say I love your guys' cooking channel, you and Miss Sheila on YouTube. Really appreciate your videos. I was wondering if you had any good recipes for crappie. Then he really caught my attention when he wrote this. We're pulling crankbaits down here in Mississippi now that it's summertime, and I was wondering to start to kind of branch out and do crappie another way, not baked and dry and not always frying. What do you got? And he put on there Justin Brewer from Tupelo, Mississippi. When I was in Minnesota, the only way you could catch crappies is in the spring, throw a bobber up by the lily pads and the reeds, and after springtime, nobody really fished them because they all went deep. But when I got down here, these southern boys, they know how to catch crappies in the middle of the summer out in 15 to 25 feet of water. They pull little crankbaits behind the boat, and man, they bring them slabs up to the top and wind them in. And yes, Justin, I got a recipe for you today. Completely different, no breading on the fish, but it'll have great flavor. Come on over here and let's get started on a recipe for you guys out of Tupelo, Mississippi that are down there pulling them crankbaits, and you can do crappies like this. All right, our pan is heating up here, and we're going to pour in some olive oil into the bottom of this. Let this get a little bit hot first. And we're not going to fry these fish with fish breading on, and I think that's what he's looking for, is something that's tasty, that's not covered with a lot of fish breading. And I love fried fish, don't get me wrong, but you're going to love this. No seasoning at all. We're just going to take our crappie fillets, and you'll notice that this doesn't look like a standard fillet. The bottom part of this, I cut it right down the middle. I'm going to take the bottom part and save that for later for frying, but I wanted these little strips for my recipe. Well, yeah, sizzle away. And we're just going to lay a few of these in here. No seasoning, because we won't need that in a minute. I think that'll be enough for my recipe. And here's kind of like the fillet I was talking about. When you fillet it out, I just cut it right down the middle and use this strip for the recipe because I want to put it on a bed of rice when I'm done, but we're also going to simmer it with some other goodies. But let this get to the point where the fish is flaking, then we'll add our other ingredients here. Now you know me, I do updates as I go along. I took most of the oil out of there, just put a little bit of oil in and sprayed it with this non-stick spray because the first little batch was sticking real bad and I had to replace them with another batch to simmer up good. Well, I got a phone call. Wonder if it's from the Tennessee Lottery or something that we won a bunch of money or something.
Then we can buy another dish.
Then we can buy another dish. There you go. Now, while this is simmering here, and hopefully not sticking to the pan, I'm going to move this, turn this down. I'm going to move this over here. Now we're going to make a little sauce real quick that's going in there in just a minute. We're going to put in 1 cup of orange juice. Are you watching this, Justin? 1 cup of orange juice. We're going to put in about a tablespoon of cilantro in there. 1/8 of a cup of soy sauce. And this next stuff, you can smell it all over in the room. This is only about a 1/2 teaspoon of pure sesame oil. And this stuff tastes and smells like nothing I have ever tasted in my life. We're going to put that in there. We're going to put in a little bit of garlic. This is lovely. About a teaspoon of garlic in there. I love this garlic paste in these tubes. Let me turn my fish over here. Well, thanks to Sheila and her little can of spray, she said, I don't care how non-stick a pan is, I always spray it. I'm going to turn this way down here because it's almost done. And let's get back to this. All right, let's get back to our little sauce. Now we're going to put in some ginger, about a teaspoon in there, and a little dash of red pepper flakes. Now I'm going to put all the ingredients below the video. How am I doing, Sheila?
You're doing really good.
Just a little bit of red pepper flakes in there. And then we're going to mix this up. Let me grab a spoon here real quick. It's time to turn the heat back up. All right, let me move this over here now that I got some of that stuff out of the way. Our pan's heating back up. Our crappies are nice and flaky and all done. And you know that orange juice and that ginger and that garlic and that cilantro. We're going to pour this over our crappies. And we're going to let this simmer in here for about 5 minutes. And then you're going to have the most delicious orange flavored crappie you ever ate. See you in 5 minutes. Let me get this heated back up here. You know, I got to tell you, this stuff smells so good once it's cooking, this pure sesame oil. Our crappie is done. I got these little cups here at the grocery store. You just pop them in the microwave for 1 minute each, and then you've got some wild rice, brown rice and wild rice, in 2 little cups, and this is what we're going to put our crappie on. It's real easy. I love these little things. They're all prepped. You don't have to worry about cooking that wild rice a long time, because wild rice has got its own little challenges when it comes to cooking it right. We've got it on our website, I think, in a couple of recipes, but now it's time to turn this off and move these little crappie fillets over here on top of our brown and wild rice. Does that look good, Sheila?
It does.
Now, Sheila loves crappies. She loves them fried in this crappies in orange sauce over brown and wild rice. Well, Justin, you were looking for something different. You got to try this. When you go to the store and you get yourself some orange juice and they say, what are you going to do with that? Say, I'm going to fix crappie. It's part of a recipe. Orange juice? Say, yeah. I'll have to tell you what it is later, but see if I got one more little piece right here.
It makes a pretty dish.
To go right there, doesn't it?
Yes.
Now we're going to take just a little bit of cilantro. It's already got some from the recipe, but just a little bit for decoration, not much. And then to go along with that sesame oil that's in the recipe, we're going to use sesame seeds. Just a little sprinkle on top. Kind of stay with our Asian flavor here. Let me move this front and center. Man, I'm telling you, I've already been nibbling over here a little bit. This stuff is just delicious. Justin, here's a recipe for you down there in Tupelo, Mississippi. You guys are pulling them crankbaits around, catching them big slabs. Them Mississippi crappies get over 2 pounds, some even 3 pounds, if you can believe that. And Sheila was born not very far from Tupelo, Mississippi, and I did kind of pull her leg a little bit. I said, hey, I got an email here from Justin Bieber. He wants us to make a crappie recipe. She said, Justin Bieber? I said, no, Justin Brewer. I kind of misspoke there, but I got her wound up a little bit, so let me try this, as this came in from Justin Brewer. You looking for something different? Get yourself some orange juice, get all these other goodies, simmer that, don't even season it because you won't need to. Pour that mixture over the top, simmer it, and put it on some brown rice and wild rice, and it is absolutely delicious. Thanks for sending that request in at the same time I was looking to do a crappie recipe. Still munching away here. And I hope you enjoy it because it's really tangy and good and different. It's not dry like baked fish. You were looking for something different? I hope we nailed it for you. If you enjoy this recipe, we hope you subscribe to our channel. Little Shotgun Red's face will pop up over here in a little bit. When it does, you just click on it when it says subscribe. right next to the word subscribe, you'll see a bell. Click on that because that means you'll be notified every single time we come out with a new recipe. We hope you'll do that. We'll put up another recipe over here or a series of them that we hope you enjoy. And is this the most delicious crappie? I'm still spitting bits of food because it's so good. My mouth is just watered. Is this the best crappie in orange sauce you ever ate? If it ain't, it ought to be. This is Steve Hall in Nashville, Tennessee, along with Pretty Miss Sheila. She's kind of like, you mean it's not Justin Bieber? I said, no, it's Justin Brewer from Tupelo, Mississippi, and he's going to have all his friends watch this and all subscribe to our channel. And did you have a good time, Sheila?
I did.
You wait till you taste that. You love crappie fried. You're going to love this with that orange sauce. We'll see you next time right here on Cooking with Shotgun Red. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye for now. Say goodnight, Sheila.
Good night, Sheila.
Bye-bye.